Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is my video number 3 in the San Jose neighborhood series. Before this, we have talked about West San Jose and South San Jose, and today we are heading to the northeast side of San Jose. But first, really quickly, I'm Sanna. I am a first generation immigrant and a real estate agent here in the Bay Area. When I make these videos, I am not reading off of a spreadsheet. I'm bringing you the real picture. The data, yes, but also the lived experience of somebody who has navigated this exact transition. Now, today we are covering 3 well established neighborhoods, thriving neighborhoods on the northeast side of San Jose: Piedmont Hills, Berryessa, and the city of Milpitas. All popular with tech families, well connected to Silicon Valley's major employers, and each with its own distinct personality. By the end of this video, you will know home prices, commute time to major tech hubs, school ratings, what kind of homes are available, where to hike, where to shop, and most importantly, which of these 3 might be the right choice for you. Before we dive in, let me orient you geographically because I think it's really helpful. So here's San Jose. Downtown is here in the middle. Now, if you go northeast from the middle, following 680 freeway, you hit Berryessa, then Piedmont Hills, tucked up in the hills above it, and then north of Piedmont Hills, adjacent to it, is Milpitas. These 3 areas are between 5 to 15 minutes of each other, so we are really talking about one pocket of geography. They share same grocery stores, they share some of the schools, and they all have very easy access to BART, which is the Bay Area's rapid transit system. The nearest BART station is Berryessa Station, which is literally the last stop on the Green Line going south, which means you can take it all the way to Oakland, San Francisco, or connect to other lines. Now, let's zoom in onto each of these neighborhoods, starting with the crown jewel, Piedmont Hills. Piedmont Hill is a quiet, hilly residential neighborhood tucked into the eastern foothills of San Jose. If you are someone who wants peaceful, established neighborhood with large single-family homes, amazing schools, and neighbors who are mostly tech professionals, Piedmont Hills is going to speak to you immediately and without the big price tag. This neighborhood ranks in top 2% of the family-friendly neighborhoods in California. Let me say that again. Top 2% of the whole state. And that tracks because when you walk around up here, you see families, you see kids playing in cul-de-sacs, you see well-maintained home with nice yards. It has that feel. Now let's talk on the numbers. The median home price in Piedmont Hills right now is right around $1.7 million, and prices have appreciated 6.9% year over year. Now I know, $1.7 million sounds like a lot, and in most of America, it is. But what you're getting here is 3 to 5 bedroom single family home in one of the top school districts of California, in a neighborhood that is safe and very well maintained. You are genuinely getting the value for your dollars here. And here's what I love about Piedmont Hills. Almost 100% of the housing stock is single family home, completely residential. There are virtually no apartments, no condo towers. This neighborhood is almost entirely owner occupied. That matters a lot for the feel of the community. Homes were mostly built between 1970s and 1999, so they are established, solid construction. But if you're buying, budget for some updating if you want a more modern interior. One heads up, new construction is basically non-existent here. If you want new, you would want to look in Milpitas, which is just 10 minutes north. But if you love charm of an established neighborhood, Piedmont Hills is it. Okay, now let's talk about schools. This is where Piedmont Hills really shines, and honestly, it is #1 reason families choose this neighborhood over the others. Piedmont Hills High School is rated 10 on 10 on great schools. It has an average SAT score of 1310, an average ACT score of 31, and a 94% graduation rate. Those are numbers you'd expect from a private school, not a public one. The elementary and middle schools fall under Berryessa Union School District to most extent, which is consistently rated above average in California. If you have school-age kids and top public schools are non-negotiable for you, this might be your neighborhood. For commute, Piedmont Hills is really well positioned for North San Jose and South Bay tech hubs. You're looking about 15 to 20 minutes to Cisco and 20 to 25 minutes to Adobe's downtown San Jose campus, and about 35 to 50 minutes to Apple Park in Cupertino, depending on the traffic, honestly. Google and Meta are further west. Expect 40 to 55 minutes by car. But here's the thing, Berryessa BART station is only 5 minutes drive from Piedmont Hills. So if your company runs a shuttle from BART, which many do, your commute gets significantly easier. For outdoor activities, this area is a great area. Alum Rock Park is one of the hidden gems in San Jose. It has over 13 miles of hiking trails, a creek you can walk along, and some gorgeous canyon views. You have also got Penitentia Creek Trail for some casual walks and biking, and Sierra Vista Open Park Preserve if you want something more rugged and raw. For shopping, Ranch 99 Market is close by. If you're not familiar, it's a massive Asian supermarket chain that the community loves. And you're just 10 minutes from Great Mall in Milpitas, which we'll talk about more shortly. So, who is Piedmont Hills right for? In my opinion, it is the best choice if you are a family with school age kids, you want a quiet, established neighborhood feel, you prioritize top tier public schools above everything else, and you're okay with a 1.7 ish million price point for a single family home with a nice yard. This is a neighborhood where people plant roots and stay. Moving down from the hills, we get to Berryessa. And this is the neighborhood I think is the most underappreciated between these three neighborhoods we are talking about. Berryessa has a really unique energy. It is vibrant, it is diverse, it is convenient, it sits right at the intersection of great schools, good transit, and a really authentic cultural community. Fun fact, over 51% of Berryessa residents were born outside of the US. It is in top 2% of all US neighborhoods for that metric. And 15.7% of the households speak Vietnamese at home. That puts it in top 0.3% of all neighborhoods in the entire country. So if you're coming from a multicultural background or you just love access to amazing authentic food and a diverse community, Berryessa is going to feel like home to you. Median home price in Berryessa sits right around $1.5 million, about 200K less than Piedmont Hills. And it's been appreciating at roughly 7.1% year over year, which is slightly more than Piedmont Hills, and it's a healthy growth. The housing mix here is little more varied than Piedmont Hills. You have still got a strong single family home base, but there are also some apartments, a fewer new condo developments, and especially near the BART station. Homes were mostly built around 1970s, so similar vintage to Piedmont Hills, and the owner occupancy rate is around 69%. Most people who live here own their own home, which again contributes to the stable community feel. And speaking of the BART station, there are some newer townhome style developments being built right near the Berryessa Transit Center, which is great if you want something more modern and walkable to the transit. Here's something really important about Berryessa schools that I want you to understand. Depending upon exactly where in Berryessa you buy, your kids may feed into the same Piedmont Hills high school system that we just talked about, the 10 on 10 rated school. The elementary and middle schools will fall under Berryessa Union School District. Notable elementary schools in the area include Noble, Ruskin, Brooktree, and Northwood. The district is consistently rated above average in California. So you could be paying $1.5 million instead of $1.7 million and still sending your kids to the Piedmont High School. That's not true for the entire Berryessa, but one pocket of Berryessa, yes. And that is some real value play and something I always point out to my buyers who are looking for schools. Commute from Berryessa is honestly excellent. You are about 10 to 15 minutes from Cisco, 15 to 20 minutes from Adobe and North San Jose Tech campuses, and about 35 to 50 minutes from Apple Park. But the real commute story in Berryessa is the BART. If you work in San Francisco or anywhere along the BART Green Line, this is genuinely one of the best transit-connected neighborhoods in San Jose. Berryessa has some really interesting outdoor options as well. The Berryessa Creek Trail is paved, well-maintained path that runs through the neighborhood. It is great for morning runs, bike rides with kids, or just walking the dog. You also have easy access to EDR Levin County Park in Milpitas, which has hiking, horses, disc golf, and famously, a certified hand gliding launch site. Pretty unique for a suburban neighborhood, right? For food and culture, the Vietnamese restaurant corridor in the Tully Road area is genuinely special. But I also want to call out the Indian food scene here because it's really solid. Mehak of India is a Berryessa neighborhood staple. Great North Indian food. And the Second Wife is a popular spot for Indo-Chinese cravings. You know how we have all grown up eating that. For chaat and street food, Chandni Chowk in Milpitas is just minutes away, and it will genuinely remind you of home. For Indian groceries, you have India Metro Hypermarket right on Calaveras Boulevard in Milpitas, very close. And there is also Five Spice Indian grocery serving in Berryessa area. The Berryessa Flea Market, one of the largest flea markets in the entire United States, is a beloved community institution. And there is usually an Indian food stall presence there on weekends. Ranch 99 and H Mart handle all your Asian grocery needs. There is a transit-oriented development being built right near Berryessa Transit Center, affordable housing units right next to BART station, and there are early conversations about eventually redeveloping the flea market site. This whole corridor near BART is one to watch over the next 5 to 10 years. So, who is Berryessa for? I love this neighborhood for tech workers who want the option to commute by BART, who value living in a vibrant multicultural environment, and who want decent schools without necessarily paying for the Piedmont Hills premium. It is also a great fit for buyers who want a slightly lower entry point with solid appreciation potential. Okay, now we get to Milpitas. And this is the one I think surprises people the most. Because when you say Milpitas to someone who hasn't spent time here, they might not have a strong image in their head. But let me tell you, Milpitas is having a serious moment right now. It is a city of about 79,000 people. It is one of the most jobs-rich city in Silicon Valley. Cisco has 3 major campuses right here. KLA is headquartered here. And there are over 40,000 jobs located within the city limits. So, for a lot of people, living in Milpitas means your commute is literally 5 to 10 minutes. It also has some of the best new construction options in this entire corridor, which is rare in the Bay Area and the fastest appreciation rate of these 3 neighborhoods we are covering here. Median home price in Milpitas is right around $1.4 million, the most accessible of the 3 options we are discussing today. And here's the stat that stops my clients in their tracks. Milpitas has seen over 10.5% appreciation year over year. That is the fastest of the 3 by a significant margin. And over the last 10 years, Milpitas homes have appreciated by nearly 94%. So if you are a first-time buyer worried about buying at the top, the long-term trend in Milpitas is very encouraging. The housing mix here is more diverse than the other 2 neighborhoods. About 46% of the units are detached single-family units, and there are also townhomes, condos, some newer multifamily developments. About 34% of the housing stock was built after 2000, which is notably newer than San Jose neighbors, meaning you'll find more modern layouts, more energy-efficient builds, and better smart home integration. Speaking of new construction, Milpitas has the most active pipeline of any of the 3 areas we are discussing. City Ventures has a community called Pinnacle with 56 townhomes starting at around $890,000. Toll Brother has luxury townhome style communities starting at 1.5 million, and there are 206 home development that broke ground in 2024, specifically designed for school district workers with 75 affordable units included. All new construction in Milpitas is all electric, no gas. If that's important to you from a sustainability standpoint, this is worth knowing. Schools in Milpitas fall under Milpitas Unified School District. The district average on great schools is around 6 out of 10, which is above average for California overall, though not as high as Berryessa Unified, feeding into Piedmont Hills. What's really exciting is the investment the district is making. In 2023, phase 1 of brand new 100 million STEM Innovation Campus opened, and the community passed Measure AA, which is a $284 million bond measure specifically for school facility improvements. So, the direction of travel here is very positive. There are also 17 private school options here in Milpitas if you want to supplement or choose a different path for your kids. Commute from Milpitas is a major selling point, especially if you work at Cisco or KLA. You are literally 5 to 10 minutes from your office. For NVIDIA and Santa Clara, you are looking at 20 to 30 minutes on 880. Adobe and downtown San Jose are about 20 to 30 minutes. And Apple Park is around 30 to 40 minutes closer than from Berryessa or Piedmont Hills. You have BART access at Milpitas Station, which is just a few minutes from major parts of the city. And from Milpitas, you are very close to Mission Peak, which is the most popular hiking destination in the Bay Area. There are beautiful views from the top, and for families, Milpitas has Great Mall, a major regional shopping destination. And the Legoland Discovery Center Bay Area, which is a huge hit with young kids, is right here in the Great Mall. Day trips to Legoland, hikes at Ed Levin, and dinner at any number of incredible Indian restaurants, Milpitas really delivers on the family lifestyle package. Now I want to spend a moment here talking about the Indian community in Milpitas specifically because this is something I genuinely get excited about when I talk to my clients. First, the temples. Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir on East Calaveras Boulevard is an ISKCON temple right here in Milpitas. There are two other ISKCON temples that I know of. One is in Mountain View and the other is in Berkeley. This one is open daily, has Bhagavad Gita classes, Sunday school for kids, and special Balaji programs on Saturday and a Prasadam feast on weekends. Many of my clients have told me this temple became their second home when they first moved here, their extended family when they didn't have one nearby. I personally find that very moving. Then there is the Jain Center of Northern California, JCNC, on South Main Street in Milpitas. This is truly a remarkable institution. It was founded in 1973 and it was actually the very first Jain temple in all of North America to have Pratimajis with Pran Pratishtha, uniting Shwetambar, Digambar, Sthana Kavasi, and the Terapanthi communities under one roof. The building itself is stunning. It is a 24,000 square structure built in white marble. Over 1,000 Jain families are members. If you are a Jain and thinking about where to live in Bay Area, Milpitas puts you right next to your community anchor. And the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in nearby San Jose is a breathtaking temple that serves as cultural and spiritual hub for the entire Gujarati and broader Hindu community across South Bay. Now, the food. If you are Indian and moving here, let me just say you will eat very well. For North Indian, Ronak is a go-to, consistently loved. Amber India in Milpitas is a slightly more upscale option, great for taking family out when they visit. Hyderabad Dum Biryani is exactly what the name promises. Proper Hyderabadi biryani that will make your heart happy. For South Indians, Hashtag India has a unique Arabian mandi style seating and great dosas. Nama Restaurant and Vande Bharat are also very loved South Indian restaurants. Annapurna Authentic Indian Cuisine for comforting vada pav and Maharashtrian home style cooking. For Indian groceries, India Metro Hypermarket on East Calaveras Boulevard is your anchor store. Massive selection, live food counters with fresh rotis, affordable prices. Everything from atta, dal to regional snacks you can find there. It is genuinely one of the better hypermarkets in all of Bay Area. So, who is Milpitas right for? In my opinion, Milpitas is the strongest option if you work in Cisco or any other in-city employer, or you're a first-time home buyer looking for the most accessible entry point in this corridor. You want new construction with modern finishes, or you have younger kids and want that complete family lifestyle package with malls, parks, and activities nearby. All right, let's bring it all together. I know that was a lot of information, so let me give you a quick cheat sheet. If the top rated public school are your absolute number one priority and budget isn't that big of a concern, Piedmont Hills at 1.7 is your answer. 10 out of 10 high school, quiet hill neighborhood, almost entirely single family home. This is where families plan their routes for the long haul. And if you want same decent school with a lesser price point and you absolutely value being in the transit hub, along with in a multicultural community, then Berryessa at $1.5 million is a phenomenal value play. BART, walkability, Vietnamese and Asian cultural corridor with strong appreciation. And if you're a first-time home buyer working in North San Jose or in Milpitas, NVIDIA, Cisco, and you want new construction options or just want the best price per square foot, then Milpitas might be your go-to in all of these three neighborhoods that we are talking about. And look, all of these three neighborhoods sit in top 3 wealthiest neighborhoods in the country. All three have a strong Asian community presence. All three have good access to parks and trails. And all three are within 30 to 50 minutes of major tech hubs in the Bay Area. You genuinely cannot make a bad choice here. It really just comes down to your own priorities. If you're relocating to Bay Area and you want someone who's been through this process themselves, who understands what it feels like to arrive in a completely new country and figure out where to build life from scratch, I would love to help you. I work with buyers all across the South Bay and I specialize in helping tech families finding the right neighborhood, not just the right house. If you have questions, drop them in comments below or DM me directly. All my contact information is in the description. And hey, if this is the first time you're watching video of mine, consider liking or subscribing for more information of neighborhoods around Bay Area, of lifestyle, of different factors to consider when you're moving here. I recently did a series on West San Jose, South San Jose that I mentioned earlier, and this is the third part in the series. There are two more videos to come. Both are linked in the description and the cards above, so check these out.